Huh? Oh, my bad. Yep. It's happening again.
Right from the opening seconds, you can feel the tension brewing. What starts as a casual roadside moment quickly hints at something much bigger. The driver's confusion and awkward tone already signal that this won't be a normal interaction. The officer is calm, but the situation carries that unmistakable, "this is about to go sideways" energy. It's the kind of moment where one simple decision could resolve everything, or make it far worse.
My bad.
So the reason I pulled you over, Officer Sheriff's I ran your plate. It's coming back to like a white Subaru. Is that a specialty Florida plate? What is that?
No, it's a private plate.
A private plate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's because, I mean, when I run a Florida with that, it comes, like I said, it comes back a white Subaru. Do you have any, like,
yes, sir,
registrations?
1 second. Oh, shit.
You got your driver's license and insurance on this as well?
Yes, sir. I just have this right here. Here you go.
You got a license as well?
This is all I got, sir. Here you go.
You have a driver's license or no?
No.
Alright, so what info do you have on the vehicle?
Well, I own this vehicle.
No, I'm saying, do you have any, like, registration, something like that?
Oh, no.
Because, like I said, when I'm running the plate, it's coming back to a completely different vehicle.
Oh, no, this is not even a Florida plate. Like, far as like a registered plate, this is a private plate.
So what's it registered? What's the vehicle registered?
It's not even registered, sir.
So you can't drive an unregistered vehicle in the United States.
No, I'm just traveling, sir.
So you don't have a driver's license. You don't have. Is there any particular reason why?
Like I like to exercise my constitutional right just to travel, you know.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just hang tight, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, what y'all think finna happen?
As the narration kicks in, the tone shifts from uncertainty to inevitability. The driver clings to the idea of a "do not detain" status, but the reality is already closing in. The sarcasm highlights a key point. People who truly understand the law don't rely on imaginary protections. The stage is now set for a clash between belief and reality, and it's clear which one is about to win.
Birth certificates, Social Security cards, none of that. They're looking for your exact contract you have with the state. Yeah, they contemplate right now. They're like, what the heck? What the hell is this? Told you, a lot of police ain't never seen this before. They come up, do not detain and all that. They're like, what the hell? It's all foreign to them. Look, no kids in the back, none of that. Because the last time they was like, oh, they let you go because your wife, your kids is in the back.
The officer begins asking standard questions, and everything still has a chance to remain routine. But the introduction of private plates immediately raises red flags. Instead of clarity, the driver leans into vague explanations. This is where the situation begins to unravel. Simple compliance could have kept things smooth, but confusion starts replacing cooperation.
So where do you live?
I live in the United States of America Republic.
Okay, but where's your residence, your house?
The United States of America Republic.
Okay, so where are you heading right now?
The United States of America Republic.
All right, so are you just, you don't want to answer? Or?
No, that's where I live, sir. I don't.
Okay, so like basically the problem is I understand what you're saying, like
yes, sir.
You're practicing your constitutional right to travel, but in the United States you still have to have vehicles, still have to be registered and stuff like that. You can't just not register. I mean, so what happens if you crash? I mean, this is a nice car, right?
Yes.
So if you have no insurance, what happens? What do you think is going to happen?
I'll have to personally compensate that person.
You end up losing everything you own is the problem.
I understand that, but you know, I still would, as a man, you know, give them
but
exactly.
See, the problem is, in the United States of America, all 50 states, they require you to insure your car. So that doesn't happen.
Okay.
So you don't have any insurance. Have you ever been arrested before?
No.
You've never been arrested?
No.
So when I looked up your name, and I seen that you had been arrested, that wasn't you?
No. Because on the information on my car, though.
Now we see the first real breakdown in communication. The officer is trying to verify basic details, but the driver refuses to provide standard documentation. The claim of traveling instead of driving becomes the central defense. Unfortunately, this argument doesn't hold legal weight on public roads, and the officer's patience is quietly being tested.
I gotta figure this out. I want to run the VIN off the door.
It's right here. The VIN number right here.
I'm not gonna scratch your car up trying to.
No. You don't have to scratch it. You can just look.
I need you to step out.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because
are you physically unable, or what's wrong?
I can't because the VIN number's right there, sir.
Okay, so I have to compare the VIN both spots to make sure that this vehicle is not stolen. Because as of right now, I don't know anything about the vehicle. You haven't given me any info about it.
Because the VIN number right there, you see on the side right there?
I want to compare the VIN in certain spots. That's the thing. If you want to be able to be free to travel about your way, you have to let me verify this vehicle's not stolen.
I understand that, sir, but the VIN number right there.
That's what I'm worried. I don't need to just see that VIN. I need to see other VINs. There's multiple spots where there's a VIN. And if I compare them and they come out to be legit, then I can verify that this vehicle's not stolen. Right now, that's my main concern, to make sure this vehicle's not. But I want to make sure this is your vehicle, that's all.
But that VIN, you see that VIN right there?
I understand, but you haven't given me any information.
The conversation shifts into a familiar pattern: firm beliefs versus established law. The driver insists on constitutional rights, but ignores the responsibilities that come with them. The officer remains composed, explaining the situation logically. At this point, the outcome is becoming predictable, even if the driver refuses to see it.
You to make sure you're who you say you are. So at this point, we're going to have to place you in custody. I'm going to have to ask you to come out. Now, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this to make things worse. I understand you're practicing your constitutional right, but I'm also doing my job as a police officer. Okay. So I've been very calm with you. I've listened to what you had to say, and I also am trying to get the reciprocating respect. I'm not going to try to wrestle you out of the car. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to I'm going to have to take you to verify who you are, and then you can be on your way. But I have to take you in and have you fingerprinted.
I can't. I just gave you my ID.
No, see, the thing is I need to see your fingerprints, because you're not telling me where you live. You're not telling me anything.
That's my address.
Okay, I understand. You're not telling me where you live. And the United States is not an address. I'm being very calm with you. I'm being very respectful.
Yes, sir.
But I also have to do my job, and I don't want. I'm not trying to wrestle with you. Okay?
I understand, sir.
And I'm not trying to do that, because that's not right.
But I still live outside of y'all jurisdiction, sir. I don't. Actually,
you don't. You're in Cook County right now. You're inside my jurisdiction. All of Cook County is my jurisdiction. We're in Cook County.
I understand that.
In Illinois, in the United States of America.
I understand that, but personal, I'm not inside your jurisdiction. Personally, there's no personal jurisdiction.
Here, the commentary underscores the disconnect between perception and reality. The idea that officers are confused is ironic. They're actually following clear procedures. Meanwhile, the driver interprets routine enforcement as uncertainty. This misunderstanding fuels the entire encounter, pushing it further away from resolution.
I don't want this to go sideways, okay?
I understand that, sir.
I just need you to step out.
Sir, I can't, sir.
Why are we making this more difficult than it needs to be?
Sir, I'm just saying I'm outside y'all jurisdiction. I'm not trying to cause any issues.
You're 100% in my jurisdiction. I guarantee you. A judge will 100% agree with me. Okay? If you were outside my jurisdiction, I wouldn't be stopping you right now. Okay? I would not. You'd be moving on with your life. Okay?
Yeah, sir, I can't. I'm sorry, sir, I can't. Sir, I can't.
Listen, all right, can you please shut the vehicle off right now?
Sir,
can you please shut the vehicle off? We're gonna do baby steps, okay? I'm gonna need you to shut the vehicle off. All right? So I'm gonna need you to come out. I'm gonna open your door, because you're gonna need to come out.
I can't.
Okay? I'm gonna need you to come out. What did I tell you? I'm being respectful with you, okay? But I also, at this point, I have to place you in custody, because you're not under our law in Cook County, in the state of Illinois, in the United States. You're not driving with a proper driver's license, okay?
Sir,
I understand what you're saying, and you have every right to fight that, but it's going to be in court. It's not going to be with me.